Hi guys, my name is Jackie Norman and this is my informative speech and here's my audience. So my hometown is in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I assume when you think about Indianapolis, you might think about Indy 500, and I've actually gone there a few times, but that's not what comes to my mind when I think about my hometown. I usually think about the idea of nature and land. This could be because I spent a lot of my time in horse farms because I did have horses growing up, but it also could be because of my favorite park that I went to growing up. And that park is called Fort Harrison State Park, and it is also known as Fort Bend, so for this speech I'll be referring to it as Fort Bend. This park is for sure one of my favorite parts about my hometown, so I will be sharing with you some facts about the park as well as what it means to my family and how it helped shape my childhood. I have always loved going anywhere that has anything to do with nature and outside, so naturally parks I kind of gravitated to, and they were really one of my favorite places to go. I really like how parks emphasize the importance of nature, healthy living, and exercise. I actually heard about Fort Bend about 6 years ago, or when I was about 6 years old, because she was looking up places for me to start horseback riding lessons. And horseback riding is just one of the many things you can do there, but I'll get into more of that later. One of the many reasons Fort Bend is so special to me, as I said, is because it introduced my hobby, horseback riding, to me, and which I still continue to do to this day. And I've never stopped riding since I had my first lesson there. When I began taking lessons, we quickly realized that there are also so many other opportunities at the park and so many other things to do. So from then on, my family and I spent a lot of time there going horseback riding, going on biking trails, walking trails, and taking our dog to the dog park that they have. And it allowed us to really have a lot of quality time together that wasn't just in our house. One reason that I chose to share my experience at Fort Bend with you is because it has many different unique opportunities for people to get involved and to spend time with their family and friends, and I think that's a really healthy and great way to bring people together. One of the best things about it is that it's also year-round, so you can even go in the wintertime, and they have one of the biggest and most popular sledding hills and areas around Fort Harrison. And a few of the activities and hobbies that they offer are horseback riding, lessons, and trails, so you can either go on the trails but also have lessons. And you can also do ice and fly fishing lessons, and you can go on any type of trail that you want, whether it's hiking, biking, or walking, and they range from about 1 to 4 miles. They also have big areas with picnic tables and shelters, which are perfect for family reunions. Another reason I wanted to talk about Fort Bend is because I think it truly brought my family and I closer together. When you're out in nature and on trails, you're a lot less likely to look at your phone and text, so it kind of creates a big space for conversation. And I still remember having one of the best conversations I've ever had with my dad on one of those trails, so that means a lot to me. And it also was a space that we used for family reunions a lot, so it was allowed a place for my family who live out of town to come and just hang out. I have a pretty active family, so I grew up utilizing a majority of what the park offered, even though I usually gravitated towards the horse barns. So another great characteristic of Fort Bend is that they take pride in educating the public about natural resources. One of the ways they do that is with their Indiana Masters Naturalist program. This program brings together natural resource specialists to educate the public on Indiana's plants, soil, and wildlife. The program provides many hands-on opportunities for the public while teaching them about the natural resources in the park. I think it's really cool, a really cool part about the park because the program educates the public with professionals but also makes it a hands-on experience, which can be fun for people. And the more people are educated about natural resources, it allows them to respect the earth more because they're learning what natural resources are and how we can use them and how our earth thrives off of itself. And the program offers educational opportunities for schools and individuals over 9 years old. So, and if you want to become more involved, you can establish a short or long-term partnership with the natural resource agencies by becoming a volunteer. So to summarize all of that, Fort Bend is my favorite part about my hometown and really provided a space for my family to be together in an environment that encourages healthy lifestyles and education. I for sure give credit to Fort Bend for my love of nature, being outdoors, and of course introducing me to horseback riding. I'm thankful to have grown up in a hometown that sees the importance of parks and takes pride in educating the public on natural resources and conservation. So even though I do not live in my hometown anymore, I will always remember Fort Bend as my favorite place to go to be with my family and nature. Thank you. Here's my audience.